Hello friends, welcome back. Today is a great day. I am in my neighbor's yard because I'm going to be taking over her garden. My neighbor and I have a great relationship, and last year I helped her set up this little raised bed garden here, and she did pretty good with it, but it was a lot of work for her. This year she offered for me to take it all on, and she said I can use as much as the backyard as I want, but I'm going to start small this year. Well, small-ish. I'm about to measure that area over there, but it's going to be a square that is about 20 feet by 20 feet. And I'm going to be using this area to grow anything that loves full sun, because as you can see, there's a lot of sun over here right now. My back orchard is right behind that fence, and it's beautiful because I'm going to be able to keep that area clean and make sure that the weeds are not coming into my yard. So this is a perfect arrangement. All that she has asked for in return is green bell peppers and cilantro. Can you believe that? What a great deal. My neighbor has been watching me grow all my food in my front lawn and my entire yard, and she's actually pretty excited that I'm taking on this project in her yard. So this is my goal. My goal is to inspire you all to grow more food in your backyard. And how cool is it that I'm able to grow food in my neighbor's yard? Hopefully, if this goes really well and I maintain it really pretty for her, maybe I can start using even more of this yard as the years come by, and I can grow even more food. How crazy is that? So this is new ground, is grass. So I have a tiller that I am using right now. It's an electric tiller, and I'm tilling the first go here. Last year we tilled that area over there, and we had a lot of weed pressure. I love tilling the first time, but then after my first initial till, I do not till anymore. And if this was my yard, I would lay a lot of wood chips. But she told me she doesn't want me to use wood chips, so I'm not going to be using wood chips here. So I'm going to have to come up with ways to keep the weeds down a little bit better. I have a silage tarp. It's a big black tarp that farmers use to keep weeds out. So what I'm going to do today is finish tilling this area, and then I'm going to lay down my black tarp. That keeps the weeds pressure down. The silage tarp solarizes the soil. It basically gets heated up so the seeds germinate, but since it's so black and dark, it does not allow them to grow, and then they wither and die. So that allows you to kill all the weed seeds that are in that top inch of topsoil. When you do the tillage like this, it disturbs the seed banks, meaning all the seeds that have dropped are there just dormant, and when you till the soil, you bring them to the surface and they sprout. So doing this actually creates more work because it allows more seeds, more weed seeds to come up. But if you know how to control them with a tarp or with mulch or wood chips, you can contain the weeds really easily. So I just took my tape measure and I measured how big this space is going to be. It is going to be 15 feet this way and 19 feet all the way to the fence. And the sun exposure is east to west here. So I'm going to make rows going up and down here so I don't cast a shadow into too many of the things. So today I have already been working on this ground a lot. I've been tilling it for 2 days now, and I've been getting all the rocks, all the little microplastics that are in here. And you can see over there I have a pile of crabgrass. That's what's here right now. And that crabgrass is terrible because it grows into your space quite annoyingly. Last year she brought in a lot of this mulch from the county, and it is pretty nice, but I think it had this weed right here. This weed right here is called pennycress, and it sends out a root and it spreads like a wild weed. And then this is like sage grass or something like that. You can see that little nut there is really hard to kill. I already came in here and I cleared out all the ones that I could see. But today I'm gonna have to go in, take these out, and I'm gonna take all of these and put them on that cement pad and let them solarize, get baked in the sun. And once they're baked in the sun, I might be able to put them back into a compost pile, but not before they are solarized real good. As you can see, I already have planted some potatoes in this, and I put some peas in the ground maybe 2 weeks ago. They took forever to come up, so I'm gonna build a trellis right here. The potatoes are gonna be there, and then in this area over here, I'm going to be growing a lot of different crops. So I have planned to put in here lots of peppers, eggplants. I'm also going to be putting in here some cool things like sesame seeds, peanuts, and a few other cool things, because this soil right here is nice and tender, very soft. But this one right here is the native soil. We have not amended this one with anything. So this is Virginia clay soil, really high in nutrients, but not very porous. So I'm going to work on this a little bit. She used to have a compost pile right here, I till that up, and I'm gonna be spreading whatever remaining of the compost is here all over this side over here. So we'll call this space 15 by 20 feet. Hopefully it is easy to maintain, and hopefully I am going to plant it very densely so that the weeds don't have a chance. I mean, I'm definitely going to be weeding it often, but it's so easy because my house is right here, so I can just come across the front and then I come to the backyard here and I have my secondary plot of plants over here. How cool is that? But I'm going to do a little bit of tillage and I'll show you how I do that. If I had more time and this was the fall, what I would do instead of tilling is I would put a lot of cardboard down and then I would lay a mulch on top, like fallen leaves. Leave that for the entire winter months. That kills all the grass and all the weeds. And then in the springtime, you can just make a little hole in between the leaves, and then you can put your plants in there. But since I am in a crunch of time, today is April 23rd and I don't have a lot of time before I need to plant all my summer crops. So I am tilling, and that's okay. I just got to do a little bit more work during the summer months, making sure that the weeds don't take over the garden. After doing a little tilling, you want to get yourself a rake. This is one of those leaf rakes, and you want to gently rake the top inch of the soil to get all the roots out of all the weeds that you just uprooted, and make a pile over there just like that. And lay it in the sun so that they burn away and baked away and they don't come back. In order to keep the weeds growing from the grass into the garden, I'm going to be using this fabric to keep the weeds from coming. I'm going to fold it in half so it has even more power. It's kind of see-through. So I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to create a perimeter with just potted plants. So the fabric is just going to have the pots on top, and that should allow me to keep this area mostly clean. A Three Sisters garden is corn, beans, and squash grown together. You plant the corn first. A week later, you plant the beans, and last, maybe in the third week, you plant a vining type of squash. I have some climbing beans that I have, and I'm gonna do flint corn so I can make tortillas again. So stay tuned for that video, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so you can see the progress of this brand new garden that I have acquired this year. Since I have the space in the garden right now, and I have my seedlings, She Wants Peppers, I'm also gonna be putting airplanes in here. I'm gonna plant those right now in this first row. I'm planting cayenne peppers right now over here. These are spicy, so it's perfect to plant them here because Luna is not going to be able to come in here unattended, and she cannot eat them. You can see this is pure native soil and it's red, really rich in minerals. What I'll do is I'll add compost on the very top, and I'll probably add a layer of composted leaves on the very top to keep the weeds down and give it a little bit more nutrition. If you have any questions on how to set up a new garden, please leave them in the comments down below. I'll do my best to answer them for you. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. I appreciate you. See you on the next one.